Strength and honor, movie friends. It is a Drafthouse Diary for Thursday, November 21st, 2024, and I came out here to the Alamo Drafthouse at Littleton's Aspen Grove to see Gladiator II. I was a really big fan of Gladiator I 23 years ago. Is that possible? Yeah, 23 years ago. No, 24 years ago. My word. Gladiator is an example of a movie that I went to see multiple times in movie theaters, to study how it was made, to appreciate some of the performances, some of the design, the amazing music, but also because the story held up to those repeated viewings. And one of the reasons that story held up so well is that it was simple and spare and straightforward. It wasn't boring, it wasn't too stripped down, but it was very direct, it was very propulsive, it had a lot of momentum. This movie, Gladiator II, does not. Gladiator II's story suffers from what I think of as sequel-itis. It's following up a movie which had a powerful, direct, compelling story, and the sequel tries to do too many things. It has too many moving parts, too many key characters, and at the same time, it often somehow makes the world too small by giving you coincidences about who was actually connected to whom, and who is a person we didn't know, but we had seen them before. It can happen in prequels too, of course. So I really didn't appreciate much about the story in Gladiator II. It was predictable, and at the same time, it didn't have a lot of momentum in its own right. Even the music in this movie seems to acknowledge that fact. At key points in the story, it reached back into the score for Gladiator to its most famous bits of music, as if to say, hey, remember how much you liked Gladiator? Isn't this cool too? Don't you like this just as much? See, it's got the cool music. That wasn't enough. It was great to hear that music in a movie theater again, but it wasn't enough. Putting the story aside, there was a lot to recommend this movie. I think the performances were by and large excellent. The design and the spectacle were terrific. I do find myself losing patience very often with Ridley Scott's disdain for the idea of historical authenticity. And yet, he sacrifices that for spectacle, for making things look and feel cool in a movie. And he achieves that here. The battles in this movie were bigger, more intense, sometimes just weirder. Do we really need to see our gladiators fight a bunch of crazy CGI monkeys? I didn't get much out of that. It took me out of the story. But we also had things like naval engagements there in the Colosseum, which is something they actually did. And I don't think I've ever seen it portrayed on screen, at least not like this. So as a movie-going experience, it was very satisfying, very enjoyable. But I don't think I'm going to be coming back to see this one multiple times in movie theaters. I want to tell you about the rest of my trip to the Alamo, but first, if you've enjoyed this Drafthouse Diary, please click that thumbs up button to like it. And if you want more of these as they come out, click subscribe and the notification bell icon. I do one of these Drafthouse Diaries for every single trip to the Alamo Drafthouse, whether it's here in Colorado or elsewhere in the country. The pre-show for this was kind of fun. It was very focused, and it was very, very much made for this feature. It included lots of trailers for gladiator-related movies, including a lot of Italian-produced movies, including a Pam Grier exploitation movie about female gladiators called The Arena. Those were fun to see. They didn't exactly set the stage for a movie with the weight of a gladiator or a sequel, but they were still fun to see. And we also had a bunch of cartoon clips under the heading of Animated Gladiators. And that included clips from the Back to the Future animated series, from the Super Mario Brothers Super Show, from Smurfs. It's amazing, Huckleberry Hound, it's amazing how many cartoons had gladiator episodes. And I almost forgot Popeye. We get to see Popeye and Bluto gladiating for the favor of the Empress Olive Oil. And we also got one of the Alamo's actor appreciations. In this case, it was an appreciation of Denzel Washington, whose performance in Gladiator II was outstanding. So in the pre-show, we got clips of various movies that he was in, and a very strange interview where he was being interviewed by Weird Al Yankovic. For dinner, I got the fried chicken tenders with the hatch chili gravy. That was good. It's a nice thing to get on a cold night like this. And bonus features are back on the menu, boys. I predicted that they were going to have some Wicked bonus features, and Wicked does open this weekend as well, and that after the Wicked release, they would move into their regular holiday bonus features. Instead, they've combined them. There are a lot of Wicked bonuses on the menu, but that same set of bonus features includes their holiday standbys like cocoa and sugar cookies, and their candy cane shake. So evidently, the Alamo is banking on Wicked bringing people into theaters and filling seats, at least through New Year's. Let's see if they're right about that. But I do want to try some of those bonus features. Speaking of the holidays, the holiday merchandise push is still very much in effect here at the Aspen Grove Alamo, and that includes both General Alamo merchandise and a lot of Wicked merchandise, and some of that looks pretty cool. Nice designs. The holiday theme for the Alamo this year is Holiday in Paradise. It doesn't seem like a particularly strong theme, it's just kind of a tropical idea. The only movie connection I can think of is the fact that Moana 2 opens soon. Otherwise, the movies that the Alamo has planned for its special holiday screenings seem like their usual bunch. The auditorium for Gladiator II was practically sold out, but they had enough staff, and the staff was very fast, very efficient, very friendly. I really appreciated the service. And those new tablets that the waitstaff has here at Aspen Grove, they do take Apple Pay as well as credit card tap to pay. And that's terrific, because I've got to have my phone out anyway to show them my ticket. Now I don't have to rummage for a credit card as well. I can take care of it all with one device. I like that. I hope the other theaters in the area adopt that as well. Thank you very much for joining me. I'll be back soon with more, and in the meantime, enjoy your movies, and when you do, stay till the end of the credits.